Thank you all for coming. Hello and bonjour tout le monde. The St. John region is situated on the traditional territory of the Wolastoqey, Mi'kmaq, and Pescatamakati nations. This nation is covered by peace and friendship treaties signed with the British Crown in the 1700s. The treaties recognize the significant and meaningful contributions and role of the Wolastoqey, Mi'kmaq, and Pescatamakati in this province and the country with the intent to establish a relationship of trust and friendship. We pay respect to the elders, past and present, and descendants of this land, and we are committed to moving forward in a spirit of truth, collaboration, and reconciliation. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Al Cameron. I'm the Director of Communication and Media Relations for Curling Canada, but today I get to be the Director of handing out some really good news. It's an exciting day on behalf of World Curling and Curling Canada to be here in St. John. J'ai le plaisir et le privilège de représenter World Curling et Curling Canada aujourd'hui en cette journée excitante pour le curling et St. John. So listen, many of you have been waiting an awful long time, a lot of weeks, a lot of months to hear the words that I'm about to say, so let's get right on with it, shall we? I'm absolutely thrilled to announce that the 2027 BKT World Men's Curling Championship will be played right here in St. John, New Brunswick. Those of you with phones, and I suspect that's everyone in the room, please get out those calendars right now. Lock down March 27th to April 4th, 2027, right over there at TD Station. And I can tell you, it's been way too long since we've had an event in that great arena. I have some really good and occasionally fuzzy memories of the 2014 World Women's Championship, and I know 2027 will be just as good, if not better. Obviously, there's a bunch of people who've worked really hard to make today's announcement possible, and I want to tell you about some of them. And there's no better place to begin than with our partners at World Curling. Their vision, their passion, their leadership for our sport continues to take curling to new levels around the world. And a special thanks to World Curling President Bo Welling. And on behalf of World Curling Canada, thank you for your continued faith in our organization to hold these events in Canada. The city of St. John has a rich history of World Championship curling events, as many of you know, and it was very clear early on in the bidding process that Mayor Donna Reardon and Council, as well as Envision St. John, were engaged and eager to bring a World Championship event back here. Mayor Reardon couldn't be with us today, but Deputy Mayor John McKenzie is with us, and I want to thank you for your support. I also want to throw a shout out to some of the great team behind the scenes with whom I've worked over the past few weeks to make today's announcement happen, particularly Jillian McKinnon and Lindsay Smith at Envision St. John, as well as Jennifer Sharkey at the Oakview Group. Thank you to the three of you for making today happen. A great deal of thanks also to the province of New Brunswick and for its support. And with us today is the Honourable Aaron McKennedy, the Minister of Local Government. Minister Kennedy, your support is truly appreciated, and we look forward to working together with you down the path towards 2027. We're extremely fortunate as an NSO, that's National Sport Organization, to be blessed with member association partners such as the one you have here. The New Brunswick Curling Association shares our vision and our desire to keep building our sport for everyone to enjoy. The curling community here is particularly fortunate to have a passionate administrator like Executive Director Marg Miranda. Marg couldn't be with us today, but Marg, I want to thank you and all of your colleagues for everything you do to make our sport better. And with us today is the President of the New Brunswick Curling Association, Stephen Thompson. And in the more good news department, we can confirm today as well that our friends and partners at BKT Tires will remain as the title sponsor for the 2027 and 2028 World Championships taking place in Canada. And we are truly grateful for their commitment to our sport and to our championship events. I mentioned World Curling a moment ago and some of the things they do for our sport. And when I say some of the things, it's stuff that, trust me, many of you don't know about. Ron, from your time with the Curling Canada Board of Governors, you're very well aware of the work that's done by World Curling. And I want to introduce, via a pre-recorded video, the President of World Curling, Mr. Bo Welling.
Hello, I'm Bo Welling, President of World Curling. On behalf of all of us at World Curling, I can't begin to tell you how thankful we are to be coming back to St. John, New Brunswick with one of our World Championships. The BKT Men's World Curling Championships 2027 is certainly going to be a fantastic event, and I absolutely can't wait to be there. Thank you so much.
When I tell you Bo Welling is one of the most fascinating people you'll ever meet, that's not an understatement. That's a guy from South Carolina who builds golf courses around the world. He's got Tiger Woods on his phone contacts, and he loves our sport and wants to make it better, and we're lucky to have him involved in the sport. I want to acknowledge too, you know, there's a reason this event is coming to St. John. That's because of the great bid that was put in by Envision and the city, as well as the curling community here in St. John. There was a lot of good bids, some amazing bids, and I want to take a moment to thank all the other cities that did put in bids, and please encourage you to keep us in mind next time you're in a bidding mood, because we're always looking for host sites. But I'll tell you what, I know St. John's going to raise the bar awfully high for a future host city. And to talk a little bit about why St. John is amazing, because I know he's going to tell you about it, I'm going to introduce Deputy Mayor John McKenzie to bring greetings from the city of St. John.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of the City of St. John, I'm very excited to be here today as we celebrate yet another big win for our community and another major sporting event that will be held here right in St. John. I'd like to acknowledge a few people here today. Obviously, Minister Kennedy, Mayor Brittany Merrifield, also the President of UMNB, and Mayor Olivia O'Hara. We've got Councillor Ogden with us today, Councillor Lowe. We've got Kate Wilcock here, MLA. So you've got representatives from all across the region, which is great because this is going to help the whole region. Our city has a long history of welcoming major athletic events, including the 1985 Summer Games, the 2015 Canadian Synchronized Swimming, the 2019 National Figure Skating Champions, and the 2022 Memorial Cup, the 23 Canadian Indoor Track and Field Champions, just to name a few. It can't be underestimated the impact events such as this have on communities they choose. The important trickle-down effect they have in encouraging active participation in sport throughout the province, the region, and the city create long-lasting positive benefits all around. We recognize the lasting legacy of the championship will leave, both through volunteer opportunities for our residents and the long-term impact it will have on curling programs throughout the region. The spotlight will once again shine on St. John through extensive television coverage and the event reaching viewers across Canada, as well as additional news coverage. Hosting the 2027 BKT World Men's Curling Championship will provide significant economic benefits, including a projected $10 million plus in economic spin-offs. We are ready to showcase all that our great city has to offer and be a tremendous host, ready to support the demands a competition of this size requires. Our reputation as a vibrant and welcoming destination for athletes, coaches, volunteers, and spectators alike is attracting more major events like this to the city. We are a small city with a big heart and are excited to highlight St. John's hospitality to a national audience and further establish our city as a key player in the national and international sports scene. We look forward to welcoming all the athletes to our city in 2027. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Mayor. I mentioned our title sponsor and the good news that is also part of today's announcement, BKT Tires. I want to tell you a little bit about them. They're a company that's based in India. You might not have their tires on your car, but I'll tell you what, a lot of farmers in this country sure believe in BKT Tires. And that's the reason they are involved in our sport. BKT normally, they've been heavily involved in cricket, and I watch a lot of cricket. Believe it or not, I love cricket. And every team in India is sponsored by BKT, but there's something about curling that they believe in, curling in Canada. And it's really a privilege to have a company like that supporting these World Curling Championships as they've done for the past few years. And I'm going to introduce Ms. Lucia Salmaso, the Managing Director of BKT Europe, with a recorded message.
Hello, St. John, New Brunswick. Lucia Salmaso here, Managing Director of BKT Europe. I wish I could be there in person. Maybe even try my hands at throwing a stone, though I'm not sure it will go very far. We are thrilled to share our continued commitment to the sport of curling in Canada. BKT will proudly remain title sponsor of the 2027 Men's and 2028 Women's World Curling Championships. Curling is a beautiful blend of precision, teamwork, and passion. We have seen it grow, we have felt the excitement, and we have watched Canadian fans bring the sport to life in a truly unique way. Canada holds a special place in the world of curling. From Sydney, Nova Scotia, to Moose Jaw, and beyond, the memories are unforgettable. And soon, in 2026, we will celebrate another great moment together in Calgary for the BKT World Women's Curling Championship. Our partnership with Curling Canada goes far beyond the sponsorship. It's about being part of a community that believes in fair play, dedication, and the incredible energy of its fans. To the athletes, to the fans, and to all the partners and communities who make this journey so special, thank you. We look forward to standing with you on the ice and making the next championships truly memorable together.
I could listen to that message on repeat. I love hearing her talk about curling. It's just an amazing accent. Listen, we talked about some of the events that have happened here in the past. I mentioned 2014 as much as I remember of that event, but obviously the 1999 World Championships were here. But the province has done so many great events here in the past. I remember a particularly memorable World Men's Championship in Moncton in 2009. Just this past year, we were in Fredericton for the World Senior and Mixed Doubles Championship. This province knows how to host curling events and sporting events in general, and obviously they're very well aware of what curling can do for the province. And to bring comments on behalf of the Government of New Brunswick, I'd like to introduce the Honourable Aaron Kennedy, Minister of Local Government, who will be speaking on behalf of the Minister of Regional Development, bringing greetings from the province of New Brunswick.
Well, thanks very much, Al. Good morning, everyone. C'est un grand plaisir pour moi d'être parmi vous ce matin. I think everybody in this room is excited. I might be a little bit more excited because normally my day job as Minister of Local Government, Minister responsible for Service New Brunswick, is to talk about fiscal reform and property tax and taking stickers off of motor vehicle license plates. That's all exciting stuff, but I'm really excited to be here on behalf of Minister Theriault, my friend and colleague, the Minister responsible for Tourism, Heritage and Culture and Sport in the province of New Brunswick, for a sporty announcement. I guess you could say I'd be pinch hitting for her this morning, but that would be mixing sports metaphors. I don't want to do that, so I'm assuming the hack or taking the broom this morning, so I'm really excited to be here. Great to see some of my former municipal colleagues, certainly my partners now as Minister, and Mayor O'Hara from Quispamsis and Mayor Merrifield, and of course my friend Kay Wilcott, the MLA for St. John West Lancaster, Councillor Ogden and Councillor Lower here as well. It really is exciting to see that this event is coming back to St. John, and I think that's a testament to the curling community, the sport community that we have in St. John, in bringing something back, something that's been here before. Curling Canada has seen that we can thrive, that we can succeed with these events, and it only happens for a number of reasons. Certainly the venue at TD Station is a phenomenal facility for this type of an event. The community that we have in terms of sports leaders, people like Bill McMacken, who goes out and brings events to our community. under the leadership and the partnership with Envision St. John and Gillian McKinnon and Lindsay Smith. I've actually been on the road in Winnipeg a couple of years ago when we first met with Nolan to talk about this event and other events that we'd like to bring to New Brunswick. We haven't forgotten about the Scotties, Al. It's been since 1988, so I thought I'd get that little plug in for the Canadian Women's Championship. We'd love to see that back. I think that would be great for Stephen and Ron and Jeff and Jane, of course, our Hall of Famer, who's competed in many Scotties over the years. So it's great to celebrate this event, but we should also make that plug for another one down the road as well. Sports unites us. Anyone who doesn't believe that can just think about what happened over the last few weeks with the Blue Jays making it to the World Series and how that galvanized not only the city, but our country as Canada's team. And I used to travel a lot with a professional hockey team, and I can tell you one thing, with people who say that sports isn't important to our daily lives, the next time you're in an airport anywhere and you see a newspaper lying around, go over and pick it up. The sports section is always gone. The front section is there, the business section is there, the sports section is always gone, because that's the thing that brings us together. It's something to talk about and something to enjoy. So I want to thank Envision and Lindsay and Gillian for their work in bringing this event back to St. John. And I did want to mention as well, I think it's important to say that the province of New Brunswick, through the Regional Development Corporation, is providing $220,000 in funding to help support this event. We believe that that's a great investment in curling, in sport, and in the region of St. John as well. So it's great to see so many people representing the region to be here today. We know that this is going to be another amazing event for St. John, and it's because of the venue. Blair and Jennifer are here as well on behalf of OVG. It's because of the ticket buying public and certainly the volunteers that are needed to pull off an event like this, and we can't wait until the end of March and early April in 2027. And again, hotel partners are with us this morning as well. That's the shoulder season for them, so to bring an event just near the tail end of the hockey season where there's not a whole lot going on is outstanding. And I did notice in the message it talked about a cocktail en français. I didn't realize that was a French word, but I'm sure there will be more than a few cocktails consumed during the championship as well. So thank you to Curling Canada. Thank you to BKT for bringing the World Men's Curling Championships back to New Brunswick, back to St. John, back to TD Station in 2027. Je suis tellement excité et fier d'être ici au nom du gouvernement. Et merci à tous et à toutes. Et soyez une bonne journée ici à Saint-Jean.
Cocktails, you say? And if I'm remembering correctly, just across the hallway is where we'll find those cocktails. The patch, I believe, is going to be located right here. So I visited that patch on occasion, research purposes only, so... Sure. Listen, you know, this event obviously is meaningful for this city and this province. There's a reason these cities line up to bid for championships like this. It was mentioned, you know, a Canadian TV audience. I want to expand that. This is a world championship. There will be a TV production unit coming from World Curling that will send this signal around the world. And there are massive audience, particularly in Asia right now, especially coming off the Olympics. It's going to be big numbers of eyeballs that will be watching that championship. And I know that's a big reason that Envision St. John was really pushing for this. I want to cue up a video that Envision St. John put together to show why the city loves hosting sporting events. So if you could run that video. That right there is a great hype video. Well done, Envision. I'd like to introduce Jillian McKinnon, the COO of Envision St. John, to bring a few remarks from them.
What a great day for curling in Canada, the province of New Brunswick, and here in the St. John region. What a great day. I'm happy to be here on behalf of Envision St. John and our CEO, Andrew Beckett, who couldn't join us today, but I will say he's been an integral part of this host committee, so we thank Andrew for all the work that he's done on pulling together a very successful bid. We are the lead agency for regional economic growth, and we understand the powerful impact that hosting high-profile sporting events like the 2027 BKT World Men's Curling Championship will have for our community. We actively work to attract major sport events that generate economic impact and showcase our region as a premier host destination. It was a pleasure to lead the development of this bid to host this prestigious event. A special shout out to Lindsay Smith on our team in Envision St. John, Ron Hutton, Bill Ailes, our volunteer co-chairs who reached out to Lindsay and said, we're ready to go after a world event again. Guess what? We were ready to. So Lindsay immediately jumped in. We pulled a big committee together and it's been successful, as you can all see today. So it's been great. You know, we worked with our friends, Blair Magolke and Jen Sharkey at the Oakview Group. They were part of the host committee. They pulled together this bid using two of our regional facilities, TD Station and here at the St. John Train Convention Center. We cannot wait to see our uptown streets and our pedway system full of curlers, curling fans, volunteers, and other players. So great for them to be working with them. At Envision, our job is to look for and lead efforts to attract major sporting events to drive economic impact for our local hotels. We have some hotel partners in the room today, so thank you for coming. Restaurants, retailers, and more. What we really like about some of these international events is that people are coming and they're staying longer and they're spending more money. So often they're coming pre-event and post-event, and the visitor spend is really felt throughout the community. So we're really excited that we have another international event coming to TD Station. But beyond the economic impact of hosting this event, we're really thrilled to be able to showcase the beauty of St. John to a massive broadcast audience across Canada and to the globe. Millions of eyeballs are going to be on the St. John region during this event, showing off our facilities, the region. I remember when they were here last, climbing in boots to the top of Fort Howe that was closed to get some city shots, being down at Bayshore Beach, all through the uptown. So this is a really great opportunity to be showcased across the globe. And we know that it takes a community to make this happen. So we appreciate all of our community sport champions and our volunteers who are going to help show up and make a world-class event happen here in the St. John region, demonstrating our maritime hospitality every step of the way. So thank you, World Curling, Curling Canada, BKT. Thank you to our partners at the City of St. John and the province of New Brunswick, and see you all in 2027.
Another reason St. John should be proud, we're 7 minutes ahead of schedule, so. I like the way you guys think. Listen, New Brunswick Curling Association, I've talked about them a little earlier. They do some amazing work here that goes unnoticed too often in terms of what they're doing to build up youth curling, what they're doing to build up open doors for curling clubs and make them more accessible. It's an important work, and we're really pleased to have partners such as the New Brunswick Curling Association. And when I introduce the next man, he's going to have a little strut in his step, justifiably so. On the weekend, Team New Brunswick, skipped by Renee Como, won the Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. So Stephen Thompson of the New Brunswick Curling Association, come up and celebrate a little.
Thanks very much. And yes, we do have a bit of a strut in our step. And what an exciting day for curling and curling in the province of New Brunswick, for curling fans, volunteers, and the curlers themselves. We know there's a lot of work to be done between now and March of 2027. We also know that there's a commitment to excellence in our province that will pay off with a memorable championship for our athletes, coaches, and volunteers and fans. Sorry I don't have such a great speechwriter as you do, but there it is. We've come full circle. I came into the sport just after the World Championships came here in 1999. We did a great thing then in bringing school kids into Harbour Station at that time, now TD Station, and that bolstered the numbers for young curlers starting in the sport. The same thing happened in 2014 when the World Women's were here. I expect the same thing to happen again when the World Men's comes here in 2027. The fall of that year will be great. I'd like to thank a couple of champions here sitting in the front row, Ron Hutton and Bill Ailes, who have a lot to do with the successful bid here, and they're going to have a few words to say, I'm sure, in the next few minutes. Anyway, on behalf of Curl NB, thank you very much.
Oops, look, she's up. Sorry, Ron. Sorry, Bill. No, listen, there's one of the big questions that I imagine a lot of you have will be about tickets and volunteering. We're not prepared to announce those things today, but I will tell you that you can start looking for those opportunities in the new year. We'll be making the first announcement of tickets sometime in February or March, and that's also when the volunteer portal should be open. You can sign up for those wondering. We have something called the Curling Canada Collective. If you Google Curling Canada Collective, there will be a sign-up sheet, and you will get alerts of ticket launches as well as volunteering launches. I mentioned about the 2014 championship. I was pretty early in my job with Curling Canada at that time and came here and met a lot of great people, some of whom are in the room with us. Obviously, I knew Ron from his time with the Board of Governors, and Ron was an early champion, and I really value the friendship we've had over the years, Ron, and I thank you. Bill Ailes, Jeff Lacey, Jen Sharkey, Mallory Donahue, they were on that event staff as well and made for such an amazing event, and they're all here today, and I'm really pleased that we're coming back here and they'll get another chance to watch a World Championship play out here in St. John. So, on behalf of the local host committee, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ron Hutton and Bill Ailes to say a few words.
Honored guests, friends of curling, we are very honored that the World Curling and Curl Canada have put their trust and faith in us to host the 2027 BKT World Curling Championship to be held in St. John. This is not the first time that St. John has hosted the World Championships. In 1999, we hosted the Men's and Women's Championship. And in 2014, we hosted the Women's Championship. In the room today, we have the two chairpersons from those two successful events, John Travis and Jeff Lacey. We have a very good track record. So Al, no worries, we'll bring her home.
Every confidence.
An event of this magnitude just does not happen without a well-organized bid team. Thank you to our team from Envision St. John, Andrew Beckett, Jillian McKinnon, Lindsay Smith, and the rest of the crew from Envision, along with from the Oakview Group, Blair McGatchie, GM of TD Centre, and Jennifer Sharkey, General Sales Manager here at the Trade and Convention Centre. What a great job they've done to secure this event. This team has spent long hours to prepare our bid, and they deserve a big thank you. It's been an honor for Ron and I to be part of this team.
Now it's Ron and Bill's turn to put a team of volunteers together. St. John has a wealth of volunteers to draw from, the local community base and our local curling community. We have present here today Lana Moulin, President of Thistle St. Andrews Curling Club, Peter Taylor, President of Carleton Curling Club and Hampton Curling Club, as well as many friends of curling that are here. We are ready for the challenge, and with the personnel you see in the room, St. John is ready to host the 2027 BKT World Men's Curling Championship.
So St. John and surrounding communities, mark your calendars for March 27th to April 4th, 2027, and get ready to rock the city. And thank you again to World Curling and Curling Canada for selecting us for our bid.
Well done. We got her in under a half hour. Well done, St. John. Listen, we're going to be wrapping up the formal portion of the announcement today. As many of you know, we got another little bonspiel that's happening next week in Halifax that will announce our Olympic teams, which is always very exciting. And you guys will have a chance to cheer those Olympic teams. But I want you to get you some early practice because, of course, Team Canada will be playing here in 2027. I want to hear what you guys can do for a Go Canada Go chant. Let's hear it. Ready? Go Canada Go!
Go Canada Go! Go Canada Go! Go Canada Go!
No, I meant one more, but that's okay. You got time to practice. 2027. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for coming out today and joining the celebration today, the 2027 BKT World Men's Curling Championship. We'll see you at TD Station. We'll see you in the patch. Please enjoy some lunch that we've got set out. If media members who may be here, I can set up some interviews for you if you'd like. Otherwise, please enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy some lunch courtesy of TD Station and the Oakview Group. Thanks, everyone.